going Mach 3 in the Mach skate. But seriously, testing the flex here, it's hard to really tell on the amp flex. So let me preface this video by saying that I do like my Mach skates, and the only reason that I'm doing this video is just to give somebody another option that maybe is thinking about the Mach skates and just getting them to think about the cost difference because of what this is offering. The amp flex on the Mach skate here, right here, I'm questioning the validity of this feature. And you know, after the whole bunch of testing that I've done, the games, I'm really starting to question kind of what Bauer does with some of this stuff. So much like the carbon fiber before it and the Bauer sling and just things like that, the amp flex to me is starting to seem kind of like a little bit of a gimmick. And I love the Mach skate. I love the comfort. I love the fit. I love the actual performance and weight, but I do question, did they really do anything with the amp flex? And in this video, I just want to talk about it a little bit and give you my recommendations if you're thinking about, say, a new Supreme skate on what I think you should actually do.
So what I did in my last session at the end, I was just kind of like questioning this amp flex thing, and I wanted to whip around the rink and just see if I could really feel it if I just concentrated on skating instead of like gameplay and, you know, running around after a puck and shooting and things, just skating. And I just whipped around, and then I threw my hyper lights back on and actually forgot to bloody video that, but anyway. And I must say that you can really feel the flex on the hyperlights, and they're definitely built for that. So you can actually feel it, and I don't think it's as much of a gimmick as some people would think in terms of that forward flexation on the hyperlight. When it comes to this more traditional skate in the Mach, I think they tried to do something that's just not possible with standard eyelets. They just don't flex in that way. And I love the feel of the Mach skates. They're so comfortable, but I don't think the amp flex brings anything. I'm not trying to crap on Bauer here either. They're trying to put like a new feature in their highest end skate, but I think that's kind of where they're missing it right now. Whereas the M5 Pro, which is much cheaper, will probably be just the same type of traditional skate without having to have that aspect.
Dang, is this ever a good looking skate though? Like the all black stealth look on the Mach is definitely the way to go. So I just wanted to touch on the amp flex because after about 10 games in now and multiple on ice testing sessions for, say, sticks and other things that I'm working on, I really have been thinking about the amp flex and what benefit it would really have, if any, and I'm really not seeing it. So going back and forth between my Mach and my Hyperlight, the Mach is an amazing skate in terms of comfort, break-in. I love the tongue. It's so nice. I actually prefer it over the Hyperlight. But in terms of what they're trying to accomplish here, they're trying to put something in their high-end skate that's justifying the cost on top of all the materials and all that type of stuff. And what is it? And it's the amp flex. And I don't seem to see the benefit that they're trying to get at. They're trying to say you're getting some flex here, you know, forward flexation. That's kind of the new thing with skating. But in terms of the Hyperlight, going back and forth, the Hyperlight is far better. It has way more forward flex. I don't feel it here on the Mach at all. And I really think this aspect of the Mach is gimmicky. And they're trying to kind of justify their high-end cost and being like, on top of the M5 Pro, we're going to put the amp flex in here and that justifies the cost. And it's just not really there. And I just don't see how it benefits anybody. So what do I suggest for beer league hockey players, rec hockey players, minor hockey players, anybody that of course is gonna gravitate towards the Mach because it's the best skate, it's the top end skate. You get that clout, everyone's like, ooh, wow, you got the Machs, wow, that's amazing. But if you're the parent or you're the guy that doesn't need the $1,200, $1,300 skate, I really think the M5 Pro is going to be exactly the same as this. It's not going to have the amp flex because honestly, it doesn't do anything anyway. And you're going to still get that traditional skate, comfort, break-in, and everything that comes with it. You can still get the Pulse TI steel and stuff as well. So with traditional eyelets, I don't think you can build this type of flex or this type of technology into this and change anything. I just don't. I'm looking at it, I'm questioning the durability here. I touched on that in my first Mach video. I think we're gonna have an issue where this is just gonna keep crimping together eventually and break down. But of course, I will get back to you guys on a long-term Mach review. But in terms of just the amp flex in general, I don't think this is bringing anything to the table. And I think it's well worth just doing the M5 Pro instead. So the M5 Pro looks like a really great skate, has most of the features that this does, but it's far less money. You're talking about $300, $400 less. And all you're not getting is the amp flex. And with traditional eyelets, I don't think you're gonna get any flex anyway. It's very traditional, the way the boot flexes, the way you tie your skates, and the way it feels on the ice. So you want forward flex, get the Hyperlight. I think that is far better and it does what it says it does in terms of that crazy flex. Some people are even going without like tying their top eyelet and stuff now. Well, the Hyperlight provides that, in my opinion, without having to do that. So you want the amp flex and you want all the stuff that brings on the Mach, and then you're gonna be like, oh man, I really didn't notice anything. That's my personal opinion. I think it's best to go with the M5 Pro if you're that type of player and you are trying to look for stuff that gives you the comfort and things without the gimmick. So anyways, guys, Beer League Bum Hockey Reviews, thanks for watching. Of course, more coming down the line. Stay tuned for more Mach insights. That was just on the M Flex. Have a great one.